So we had, when we turned on the oxygen, it was not properly secured. This hose was not properly secured. So it was too much pressure, it just popped out. So this hose, this is the one that's connected to the oxygen hose, oxygen cylinder. So inside this enclosure, this hose came out because this was not properly secured. Now I'm guessing that should be okay. This is tightened, so hopefully that should be good. So yeah, I think it's fixed now. So hopefully,
Okay.
so I'm gonna put. So let me put the enclosure.
Wait, before you put the enclosure back on, were you able to connect the air up to see if the pressure?
That's a good idea. I have not done that. Maybe I should do that.
Because I don't want you to put the top on only to have to.
Right, right. Yep, let me do that actually. And should the system be on before I can turn on the?
No, you don't have. No, you don't have to have it on.
Okay. So let me turn on the oxygen. So I turned on. No, still don't get any. What should be the PSI, the flow rate on the cylinder? You think? Still, I'm not getting any flow here. Nothing. This pipe is fine. There is a flow now. Okay, check. Yeah, still no flow.
Hmm.
So are you sure we don't have to turn on the system? Because we have this.
Well, you just have to. You just have to turn on that system, like the generator,
What's
to
that?
check the screen if there's pressure.
Generator to check the screen if there's pressure.
Okay. Okay, now. Yep, we are getting the flow.
Oh, good. And then remember on the, so the screen will turn on, and then if it's below like 14 psi, yeah. So you're at 10 psi now. If it's below 14, you'll get a low pressure warning.
Okay.
And then it will automatically turn the power output to 0. So, So all you need to do is increase the pressure.
Okay.
So that it's between, probably around like 17 is good. Anywhere between like 15.5 and 20 is good for this.
So when I increase the flow rate, that error is gone. So
Yes,
right now the flow
but
rate is
so
nope.
yeah, but so that just changes the flow. But to change the pressure on the actual cell, you're gonna need to use the black plastic knob next to the flow meter.
Black plastic. Oh,
Yeah.
what do I?
The knob can be a little finicky, but if you're not able to increase it there, then I would increase it at your source.
Increase where? I'm sorry. On the cylinder itself?
If you're not able to change the pressure using the knob, then I would change it at whatever cylinder it's connected
Okay.
to. Like increase
Okay.
that pressure there.
So let me do that.
Yeah.
So right now I set it at 10 psi. Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. So once it gets above 14, the warning should go away. Oh yeah, now it's at 18.7, so that should be good. So now we can turn on the ALD tool if it's not already on.
Okay, let me turn on the vacuum and every vacuum pump, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the vacuum pump is on, and so the pressure, the flow rate, okay, and so okay, all right.
So you wanted to try and do platinum today, right?
We'll do platinum today. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Get up.
Okay, the system is on. Should you think I should put down the enclosure now? Should be fine, right?
Yeah, you can put it back on. It should be fine.
What's that?
Yeah, you should put it back on. You should be fine.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just
Before you start screwing them all in, since I saw the screen booted, you should turn on all the heaters now.
okay.
Yeah, so turn on the chamber.
So I'm going to turn on the heaters.
Yep, and then turn on the chamber.
Chamber is 140
manifold.
degrees.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Manifold is 110.
Yep,
Those lines 105.
yep, and then turn on the platinum switch.
Platinum 82 degrees Celsius. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Actually, the recipe I have here for the platinum has a chamber temp of 250 degrees Celsius. So you can go ahead and increase that to 250 right now. Instead
Okay.
of 140.
Do you have any recipe for a low temp process? Because we were thinking, so we have a patterned wafer, like I don't know if you had
Let me check.
something like that.
Okay. Like what temperature range were you thinking?
Not
Like,
more
what's
than
your
100 degrees
maximum?
Celsius. Max 110, maybe 110, so that we can do a lift off and then see the actual film, right? Hopefully, I mean, it's not going to be very thick, but at least. If not, that's fine. We can just do a regular silicon wafer too. That's also fine.
I would start with that, and then you can refine the process from there.
Come again?
I would start with the recipe I'm going to give you, and then you can refine it from there.
Okay, let's do that. So
Yeah.
250, right?
Yeah.
So the chamber temperature is set at 250 degrees. Manifold is 110. Dose lines 105. Platinum is 82 degrees Celsius. Okay, exit. Okay. So we're going to repeat the process that we did last time, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So we did vent and pump cycle. Can you remind me what we did?
So for this, since we already like set up the system now, I'm gonna walk you through setting up the ozone for the recipe, and then it should be pretty straightforward.
Okay. But remember last time we did to vent the lines, or to not vent the, yeah, to what is it? To purge the lines, we did something here.
Oh, so if we want to purge the lines, did you already purge the TMA line?
No, we have not. So maybe I should turn this
So
off,
I would
right?
close.
Yeah, close off the nitrogen first for the purging of the lines. Okay. So I've closed the lines, and then set the flow rate to be, what was that?
20, 25. No, 25 is fine.
25 is fine, right? Okay, so that's set at 25.
Yep.
And then
So you closed the TMA. Was the TMA already closed?
TMA is already closed. Yeah.
Okay, I can show you this other thing too. If you go into the manual pulsing screen,
So I'm going into the manual pulsing screen. Okay.
you see on the left side of the screen how it says automatic purging.
Automatic. Yes, I do.
This is a good way to purge the lines if you're either like switching precursors or you're installing a new precursor on the line. So I can walk you through how to do this now.
Okay. Okay.
So in order to use the automatic that page, you do have to click reset, and then it will allow you to fill in the fields.
I have to click reset.
Yep.
Where is the reset here?
Next to cycles completed.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Reset.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Reset.
you choose the line that you want to purge. So in this case, we're purging the TMA line.
Okay.
Oh, and then set the, I believe though you have to set the pulse time on the big side of the screen with the diagram. So you see where you have 5 seconds in right now? Change that to 1 second.
Pulse time to 1 second. Okay.
Yeah. I think it follows that one. And then you'll just fill in how many times you want it to pulse back and forth to purge the line. 25 times should be fine.
Okay.
And then all you have to do is hit start cycles, and then it will start purging the TMA line for you.
Okay. So basically for this one, every time I have to change the precursor or install a new precursor, I have to do this.
Correct. It's just a good measure, yeah.
Okay. Automatic. So maybe we can have it as a standard practice, right? Every time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cycling. And the set points are automatically set for the pressure assist.
Yeah. So
And the
you'll
flow
see
rate.
it's going right now.
Come again?
It's going right now. And you'll see it
Yeah.
counting the cycles completed as it's purging.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the cylinder is still closed though.
Yes, yes. You want it to close because you're trying to evacuate that.
Okay. So right now it's purging the TMA line.
Yep, and we'll just let it run until it hits the 25 cycles.
Okay. So basically when we're doing this, we are not really supplying any new nitrogen there. It's just the nitrogen that is already present in the line that is doing it?
Yes. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Then I'll work up a lower temp recipe, but we don't currently have one, so I'll do a little digging around for that, and then get back to you guys on that.
Yeah, because we do a lot of work on flexible electronics and trying to pattern metal films.
Okay.
So it will be nice if we can have a low temperature process for every precursor too. That will be, that will be something that we would really appreciate. So how long do these precursors last? Like the TMA, the platinum and hafnium. How long do they last typically?
It depends on how thick you're trying to make
Mm-hmm.
your film. I think you'd be running like thousands of cycles of TMA before it goes empty.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know.
But you said you wanted to do pretty thin stuff, right?
Thin stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it should last you like probably years.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good to know because they are pretty expensive precursors. Okay, so that is done. So exit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So we are back in the main screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was good. That was good.
So this is under
Did we
vacuum.
set up the recipe already for platinum? And then we just didn't run it? Did we set it up yet in the custom recipe?
Yeah, maybe we
I
do.
think we set it up for custom too, right?
Custom too, yeah, that's 250 degrees Celsius. Static high exposure, we have that. Yes, exposure time is 1 second. Platinum. Number of A pulses is 4.
Yep.
25 seconds, and the precursor B is B is ozone, okay. And we have this aux on, yes.
Yep.
Number of B pulses is 2. B purge time is 30 seconds, total AMB 100 cycles. Okay?
Awesome. Okay. Looks good. Okay, so we can exit the screen. And then go back into the manual pulsing. And then I can't remember also if we evacuated the line for the platinum. Did you guys do that when you installed that or no? Not yet.
Maybe not.
Then we can just do that too. So under select, remember each time you do the automatic, you have to click reset.
What is that?
So each time you want to do the automatic purge, you have to click reset. And
Oh,
then it will
reset.
allow you
Okay.
to fill in the fields.
I see.
So click reset. And
So I
then
have to click
select.
reset. And then platinum.
There you go. Yep, and then start cycle.
And the nitrogen still is off.
Nitrogen for the system or
The system, yeah.
Oh,
The
system should be on.
The cylinder is off.
You should turn that on.
I need to turn, but we did not do that for TMA though.
Yeah, well, we can redo it for TMA, but anytime the system is on, the nitrogen should be flowing through the system.
Oh, but didn't you say you turn? Didn't you ask me to turn off the system nitrogen before?
No, so it should always be on. It should always be on.
The nitrogen should be on. Okay. Okay, so the nitrogen is on now.
Wait, go back to the. Can you go to the home page, the main screen?
Yep.
And then to confirm the nitrogen is on, can you change the MSD flow?
Yeah.
Try like 10. I don't know.
10.
10.
Okay.
And then okay.
Okay, so
and then you can put it back to 25 now.
okay, so we are trying to just check if the nitrogen flow is on, right? By doing that, just to make sure that we have the nitrogen flowing into the chamber. So right now it's 127 millitorr.
Yeah.
Okay.
So since the pressure is changing, that's how you know it's flowing.
Yep. Yep. So now it's on. Okay. So just to confirm that the nitrogen cylinder should never be turned off.
If the system is on and you're running something, the nitrogen should always be flowing through it.
Okay. Okay. So the best practice is to turn on the system as well as the nitrogen at the same time.
Correct.
Okay. Sounds good. What's that?
And you also have the compressed air also going to the system, just checking.
What's that?
And you also have the compressed air on as well all the time?
Yeah, the compressed air is on all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go back into manual pulsing then. And then start cycles.
So this time we are trying to clear the platinum or purge the platinum line, okay? And we should also look at the chamber pressure that is changing as it's purging it, right?
Yep.
Between one.
Looks
okay.
pretty good so far.
Okay. So we got 25 cycles. Okay. So do you suggest that for a new user, like or not a new user, but somebody who wants to use the system, and because this is a user facility, we have multiple users coming in, that just to be on the safe side, let's say you want to use hafnium, and he doesn't know what people have used before, right? Would he have to, let's say, purge TMA line, platinum line, and hafnium line before he can actually do the deposition? Would you suggest doing that?
It's good practice. You don't have to, but it's definitely good practice because by the time your recipe is over, all the TMA that you would have pulsed is hopefully reacting in the chamber and depositing on your substrate.
Okay.
But it's always good practice just to purge them just in case.
Okay. Okay. So maybe we can just make that as a standard operating procedure.
It never hurts just to do it. Like if you don't know, then purge the lines.
So for the custom recipes, we only have 2 options, right? On that screen?
Yes.
Can we add one more custom recipe there?
you can only have 2 at a time, so you would have to like switch out one of the other ones.
Oh, okay, okay. So we can only do 2. Okay.
If
So
you're
that's
doing the quick start recipes and you're trying to do 3 different materials like you have, but you're trying to use like, but there's only like 2 customs, what you can do is you can always just like write down on an index card what that custom recipe is, and then just tape it to the front of your machine.
yeah, yeah. Maybe that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so then you can like have all 3 custom ones just in front,
Yep.
just like on the front of your
Mhm.
system, and then so if you're inputting custom one that's not on there, you can just like quickly just like refer to your little note card.
Okay. Okay. So this is done. Do you think we should do TMA now because the nitrogen was not on for the TMA?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So let's do
So
reset.
reset. Yep.
Uh,
TMA.
TMA, and then
Yep.
start cycle. Okay. So we're doing the TMA,
Yep. Looks pretty good though so far.
and let's see if the pressure is changing. So far, it's not.
That's a good thing that the pressure isn't changing. That means there's nothing in there.
Oh, okay.
So whenever you're purging the lines, you want when you're before depositing, you want there to be like no pressure change, because then you know there's nothing in there.
Okay. Okay.
But if there's air in the line or there's still precursor in the line and it goes into the chamber, that would cause the pressure to increase. So you know you have to keep purging that line.
I see. But then are we not sending in the nitrogen to purge the line?
This is just pulsing the air through the valves to open the valves where the precursors are attached. The nitrogen is only flowing through the chamber.
I see.
Yes. And then the air flows through the manifold where the precursors are.
Okay. So we are done with this. So
Yep.
so now we are back in the main screen. Should we go to custom recipe?
Let's check on the ozone.
Sorry?
Let's check on the ozone because we're going to be using that for
Yes.
the platinum recipe that we're going to try.
That's right. Yeah. How do I check on the
Is there
ozone?
a way for you to show me the top of that screen
Oh, yeah.
while I walk you through it? The power is 100.
So what are the things that we have to
Pressure is...
monitor here?
Sorry, what was the question?
What are the things that we have to monitor here for the ozone generator?
On the screen, you always want to monitor the power, which is the dial on the... I believe it's the dial on the left tells you the actual power output, and the dial on the right tells you like what you set it to.
Okay.
So for example, here it's 100 and 100. So it's outputting 100 and you set it to 100. And then the other thing you should be monitoring is the pressure, which is in the bottom right of the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, and like you observed, if the pressure falls between, I believe, like 14 psi, then you'll get the low pressure warning, and then it will turn the power output to 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.